G7 foreign ministers meeting. One is the importance of the G7. Next one is to agenda, the discussion points. And the vaccine is equally important. Trade promotion is important. And also on gender equality, girls' education, literacy for girls. The 47th G7 summit is intended to be held between 11th to 13th June in the United Kingdom while it holds the presidency of the G7. The attendees will include the leaders from the G7 member states as well as representatives of the European Union. The G7 summit will welcome the leaders from countries such as Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan this year. Even invited leaders from Australia, India and South Korea. It's said to be Joe Biden's first visit to the UK as a President of the United States. The importance is the Britain, which holds the G7 rotating presidency, has billed the event as a chance to reassert its influence to play a greater role in dealing with the perceived threats from China and Russia. China and Russia, they are perceived as a threat. The in-person meetings, that's crucial. It's not virtual. It's not teleconference. In London on Monday have allowed diplomats the chance to hold informal discussions which have been missing from teleconferences. On Monday evening, the ministers sat down for a socially distanced dinner. Dominic Raab, the UK Foreign Secretary, spoke alongside the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. They discussed the NATO withdrawal from Afghanistan, Iran, China. They were trying to do is to uphold the international rule-based order. International rule-based order has to be upheld. That G7 has invested so much in over the decades. I think it is their prime mission to uphold the international rule-based order, and also NATO's withdrawal from Afghanistan, Iran and China. Dominic Raab is hosting the countries from Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan and the US. That's G7. We will be taking actions to ensure fair access to vaccine around the world. How to distribute rich countries or poor countries, developing countries or developed countries, settling global education targets, agreeing ambitious action on climate change and developing new measures to prevent famine. Britain, which is looking to strike more post-Brexit free trade deals, has applied to join comprehensive and progressive agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership. Comprehensive and progressive agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, a free trade agreement of mainly Pacific nations which includes Japan. Now, post-Brexit trade is important. Comprehensive and progressive agreement for TPP, that is CPTPP, a free trade agreement, mainly Pacific nations which includes Japan. The depth of the UK-Japan relationship is based around a shared outlook on democracy, a free trade, tackling climate change and security collaboration. Democracy, free trade, tackling climate change and security collaboration, equally important. Now, when it comes to discussion of the foreign ministers, they also want to boost girls' education and women employment after COVID-19 pandemic would be a key topic. The countries are settling up to 15 billion fund to be administered by developing countries over the next 2 years. It's all how much funding we give. So to boost girls' education and women employment. Now, they're setting up 15 billion. G7 nations are expected to sign up the new global target that aim to 40 million more girls into school in low and lower middle income by 2026. So this fund will be used, global target that aiming at 40 million more girls into schools in low and lower middle income countries by 2026. The aim also includes 20 million more girls ready by the age of 10. So we have plenty of actions: vaccine administration evenly, girls' education, women employment, allocating funds, international a rule-based order to be upheld, NATO withdrawal. So all these are going to be important deliberations in the upcoming G7 presidential meeting, I should say. And now what's happening is a foreign secretary meeting, and they're setting the agenda, looking at all this way forward next month to see they bring in this club is productive, positive, constructive in making sure the world at large is prosperous and sustaining its value.